What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Marcus.
And I am Shelby.
And we are Crugers with a C. What's up, honey?
Not much. What's up with you?
You know, I'm chilling. I'm going to act civilized today.
Sure.
I'm going to act like I got some sense today.
No, you're not.
For a little while, but I can't promise you that it's going to last for a while.
It ain't going to last about 5 minutes.
I say about 10.
I gave it 5.
10, 5? Okay. How you been doing?
I've been good. How are you?
I'm good. No, I'm not. I think I'm stressed out. I feel it. My phone ain't on. I mean, my phone not off. But, I don't know. I just been feeling a little, I don't know what it is. I ain't never had this feeling before, but, you got to listen to your body when you feel stuff in your body.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been like that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I definitely been feeling stuff in my body.
I know you have.
I'm sorry that you've been feeling a little down or
I don't want to call it
stressed.
I don't know what it is. I think I need to go to the doctor though. Really just when your body talk to you, a lot of times I think we just overlook it and don't pay attention to it.
Okay.
So I gotta really take care of myself.
Yeah, you do, cause you need to be here.
I already know.
Yes. Nobody don't want to be stuck with their kids.
Right. And their new puppy. Let me tell y'all, Paige has came home with the darn dog. Now, initially, I was gonna make her take it back,
but he fell in love.
I think
he fell in love.
I kind of got attached to it.
Yeah,
you did too.
No, I did not. I am not. I'm not. I'm for real. Bible, whatever you want me to do. I'm not. I don't like the dog. It's another mouth to feed. And he needs to be, whatever it is, she needs to be trained. I don't like the dog.
But you be playing with it all the time. You'll sit there and play with that dog for like 10 minutes.
That's too long too.
You like it, you just don't know
That's probably for the month.
Huh?
10 minutes for the month.
No, I watched you the other night and you was down there playing with the dog.
Down where?
On the floor.
I was not on the floor.
Honey, you don't remember being on the floor and then you was playing with the dog. You don't remember that?
I was on the floor. I was actually on the floor.
You was on your knees, yes.
Oh, okay.
See, that's how you know you like the dog. You don't remember being down there?
No, I know. Okay, yeah, I remember now because I yoked him up.
No. Don't try to. No.
Anyway,
it's okay.
You can't force me to like this dog. I don't. I probably like the dog once it's trained and it obeys.
You say you don't like the dog, but I see something different.
Okay.
I see something too.
Yeah, I don't like the dog because they want the dog in the house and the dog ain't trained and
you got to train the dog.
I don't want any parts of it.
Well, I don't got no parts with it either, but I'm saying the dog is making progress. The dog, it ain't going to learn in 2 weeks.
I don't care. It needs to be an advanced dog.
No. Then that'd be a grown dog. And we don't know none of them dogs' problems. But anyway, Paige came home with a dog, and I was going to make her turn it back, but she got some fees she got to pay.
Yeah, she do.
She got a couple fees that she had to pay.
She said last night she ain't paying nothing more for that dog. I said, okay.
Oh, yes, she is.
She was like, it's like a child. I said, yeah, it basically is.
And she feeling all of this responsibility because I told her that I ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, of course, when she not home, I'll help out. But for the most part, I'm not finna be taking responsibility for your dog. Mm-hmm. You wanted to bring it? Okay, this is your responsibility. Now she's cleaning up poop 5 a.m.
Or taking a dog out. Last weekend, she was got up 4, I think, with the dog.
Yeah, y'all was out of town.
Yeah, we was out of town, and the dog had to use the bathroom because we was in my mama's house, and she don't play.
Right.
So she took the dog out, and the dog ate, used the bathroom, and she said the dog wanted to play. She thought the dog was going to go back to sleep. No.
That sounds like a child.
Yes, it is a newborn baby.
Because the dog only, it's old enough to be separated from his parents. It's just old enough.
Yeah, but it's still a baby.
So now she buying dog food. She buying training pads.
Toys. A pillow. What else?
She feel it. But, you know, that's she's being very responsible about it, I must say.
She is.
She ain't got no choice, though.
Yeah.
And now she's being a mean parent, too.
Yeah, she trying to walk the dog. She was like, I didn't know I had to teach the dog how to walk on a leash. Yep.
That's your responsibility, cuz.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's the only thing that's really new with us right now. Mm-hmm. We still got some exciting news, but nobody's been responding very well to the comment section. So you guys are just going to have to wait to find out the good news. And the longer you take to post and the longer you take to share the videos, the longer you'll take to get the tea. But anyway, we received a very informative email from a listener. It was very insightful. It was very encouraging. It was very uplifting. You want to take out any inserts of that and share it with the people?
Well,
this woman in this coffin.
I do have a cough, so y'all excuse me today. Well, this individual, Faith, thank you so much for your email. Mm-hmm. She gave some awesome points, and she gave a couple of topics. So she said that, she commented on Why Did I Get Married, that episode. Mm-hmm. It was episode 26. Go listen if you haven't listened to it.
Right.
And you done?
I'm making a noise today. I'm trying to be like you.
Yes. So she said that this was very helpful. It was very encouraging, and it just, there were awesome points. And she also said that she didn't grow up in a household with a married mother and father. So this helped her see marriage in a realistic way instead of like reality TV or whatever. Right. She said it opened her eyes where she can see how marriage is with real couples, because she watch a lot of individuals on YouTube, so she can get a realistic idea of marriage, and reading the word and then having friends that's married as well, so she gets insight on that.
Let's talk about realistic. Being realistic. Like, what do you see? What do you think make our situation so realistic?
I believe because we're transparent. And I think that's the most important thing, because marriage is hard.
True.
And I think it is important that we do not keep that a secret. And we have to be real. We can't sugarcoat it, because for one, I think when people get married, they have a false sense of what I'm trying to say. A false idea of what it is, a false image of marriage. And they go into it and then they get shocked.
Should we say, though, that marriage is hard, or should we say that is work?
It's work. It's hard work. Put them together.
Is it, though? Like, really break it down. Is it really hard work? Or is it just a lot of work?
It's a lot of work. And
what's so hard about marriage? That's the question you really have to look at.
I think it depends on the individuals. Because you can be so stubborn and you can have so much pride, it's hard for you to step out of that, which you're going to have to do. Yeah. So that may be something hard for them to overcome. It may be hard for somebody to communicate. You have to do that. It's hard for somebody to, how you say it, if they're selfish. What's the opposite of selfless?
Selfless, yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
So the union of marriage is not hard. It's the efforts that you put into it.
Yeah.
Because actually it's actually quite easy to get married.
It is.
It's just
staying married
and working together like you said. But I just wanted to break it down and really see, is marriage really hard? Like, when you think about it, is marriage really, really hard?
It's not hard where, oh my God, I'm going to die, I can't do this. It's not like that. It's just work. That's it. It's work. And you cannot, I don't think you can just give up so easy. And that's something that has to be understood too. You're going to come to some brick walls or some obstacles. You have to keep going, because it's easy to give up.
Right. I don't like when somebody's been in a relationship and then their relationship ended bad. And I probably said this before. and then they badmouth everything about marriage or everything about a relationship. Like, just because your relationship went bad don't necessarily mean the next person's relationship is going to end bad. So, you know, I don't like stuff like that. So by me being married, I really want to, when I give out advice or information, I want to give it from a real perspective, and I want to be like, listen, this is some stuff that I went through. You know, because a lot of times people don't see a real marriage, you know, and like when you look at reality TV, like Faith said, reality TV is scripted. And they prompt those people to say this stuff. And then a lot of times, these people marriage is really not between just the two.
Yeah.
You know, that one couple that's all over the place right now. The ones who you said you didn't like them.
Who?
I ain't gonna say their names.
They had that song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But a lot of times their marriage has been, I feel like once the marriage is somebody else is involved, it's no longer valid to me.
I agree.
I mean, unless, not when you willingly bring them in. Now, if somebody went out and you committed adultery and then you want to work on that relationship, fine, more power to you. I feel like that is better than you saying, let's open up our marriage.
Right.
But that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted what you thought about what makes us so realistic.
Like you already answered. Yeah. What about you? What you think?
I think that we're us 24/7. Like,
oh, okay. We're not different on or off camera.
Right.
On it, at work, not at work, and at church, not at church.
Right.
We the same. Okay.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. Yes.
At least that's what I like about us. You know, we are always ourselves. Like, there's no variations. Of course, you might get times where we're not, you know, for the most part, we just us. Yeah. Our character don't change.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get the hood version of me. Sometimes you'll get...
Yes, you will.
The crazy version of him all the time. So, yeah, I get it.
But lately, I've been chilling, you know. I've been chilling. You don't think I've been chilling?
No.
What I've been doing?
What did you do today?
I don't know. Kaylin mad at me because I've been bothering her all day. So
there you go. That's what you did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what else did she say in her email? She said a lot. Like, but what we really gonna dive in and talk about today?
So what we're going to talk about today is the importance of being around like-minded couples together, as well as having friends individually that can encourage each of you how we encourage you guys, I hope.
I hope so.
We encouraged her. Yeah. And also discuss the importance of marriage counseling before marriage and even during marriage. Okay. So let's talk about the first one. Having like-minded couples around you.
I think that's important. I think that's very important in the beginning stages of your marriage. Because if you have the same influences around you, if you don't see people who you can relate to, I believe that can be a hindrance in your marriage, or it could have you looking at marriage in a different way. But like, because I know people who's been married, but they've been around people who were married as well, but those marriages were in bad situations. Like the husband cheating on the wife cheating on the husband, and both of them know they cheating on each other. So you're hanging around that. Right. You know, and if you're newly married and you're hanging around that, then you're gonna still have some issues in your marriage.
I also think it's important to be around like-minded people and having couples that varies in ages. Yes. Because I think like the older couples can give us certain kind of advice, and then people our age can. So it's like different stages of life, you know, and I think it's very important to get all that because they're golden nuggets or something. You know, it's important to understand, like, if they've been married 35 years and y'all just been married for 5, I want to get there. Tell me what happened in that span of life. You know, if you guys only been married a year and we just been married 6 months, I want to know. I want to get to that year too. So I think it's important to have different ages, and then people, all walks of life, you know, white, black, whatever, whoever can give you good sound advice about your marriage. I think it's important to have those people pour into your life and encourage you. Definitely because we go through the same things. You know, it's not different. It may be, I don't know. I don't think it's different. I think every marriage go through like the same thing: financial, health, having children, death in the family. We all go through those things together, and different people can help us in different ways. Right.
Because on Christmas, we went to see my uncle, and we sat out there and we talked with him, and I just always saw my uncle at home, always at home, always doing something around the house. And now it's like they're older, like they're in the 70s, but they still kicking good. But like my aunt is a little down now in health. So he was just talking about, you know, how he gonna take care of her, you know, but they had some troubles in their marriage. They went through some stuff too, but they're still there together. And just looking at that, you know, all right, so when he first bought his property, like I said, I always see him at home and he's always on his property doing work. But when he first bought that property, the whole back couple acres was wooded. That's all tore down now. And it's like you can see his legacy, because his house is in the front, and in the back he have his daughter's house, and then they got more room for somebody else's house back there. So it's like all that he's been doing, he's been building over the years, and he's still there talking about how he gonna take care of his wife. I don't know if anybody else could see that, but I saw that. Like he was there, and then he had his kids there, and his grandkids was there. So I was like, that's cool.
He had a nice little setup too.
Yeah, but he always had that. He has, and I think that's why I get it from like him sitting outside. Because I see stuff like that, you know. But I think like when you pay attention to that stuff, it should make you strive. And like you said, looking at people from different cultures too. You know, everybody's walk is not the same, but one thing that's common is they're married.
Right. And I do think married people want to give advice.
Yeah, they want to give advice.
I think they want to see marriages succeed. So I don't think people should go around feeling timid that they can't talk to somebody about something going on into their marriage. However, don't talk to everybody. You have to have those set of people to talk to, and they should be like-minded people.
Now, I wouldn't always say like-minded, because what if you, like, for instance, me, I'm always around younger people, and like their outlook on life is totally different from mine. I'm not like-minded to them, but I can still give them information. You know, so I understand. I think when you say like-minded, what do you mean by like-minded?
Well, I mean people that's like on the same, a positive path. That's encouraging. That's positive. That's not envious. That's not jealous secretly. Misery loves company. Those type of people, no. Those people that you see them thriving. You see them always. They have a drive. I'm gonna put it that way. I don't want to get advice for somebody that's always down or complaining about their marriage or their husband or something. I mean, people that's positive, I guess, to say that. And I was also going to say too, I feel like divorced people can be helpful too. However, they need to be those people that still have an open mind about marriage. You know, yes, mine didn't work out, but this is what I believe.
I got a friend like that, and I don't want to jump the gun. And
I just don't. I wouldn't want to speak to a divorced person that has such negative things to say about marriage all the time. You know, I want them to tell me the good, bad, and the ugly. However, I want them to be like, but
Right.
You know, marriage is this, and that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, I have a friend like that right now.
Okay.
And he would tell me, you know, if I find somebody worth settling down with, I will settle down.
Yeah, see, those are the type of people that I still talk to.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody telling me that they marriages.
Oh, I ain't getting married. Yeah. Oh, no. I ain't gonna get married. I ain't gonna
Yeah, there you go.
ain't gonna get married. No.
Y'all, how long has it been? Has it been 10 minutes?
Oh, no, I ain't gonna get married. Oh, no. That ain't nothing but a trap. Oh, no. No.
Okay.
Oh, I got carried away.
Yeah, you did.
But he would tell me, sorry, he might say, you don't need to hear this. Mm-hmm. You know, I ain't gonna say this to you, but like if we're in the group here, like, hey, you don't need to hear this, but I'm talking to y'all. He would make that clear, and that's one thing. Like I say, people respect my marriage, and I appreciate that. But he would say, if I find somebody worth getting married to, I will get married again. I
like what you just said.
What?
He respect your marriage, and I think that's who should be around. Those are the like-minded people that I'm talking about.
Okay.
They respect your marriage, even if they're single, they're divorced, or they're married too, and they can give you advice still. Right. However, they know what not to give you. Right. So they respect your marriage, and that's what I think we should have around us. People that respect our marriage and that's able to check us.
Yeah.
I think if I have a single friend and she's able to check me, that means she's a keeper.
Right.
Because she respect my marriage. She don't care. She respect me enough to check me and let me know if I was wrong.
Right. Like, let me ask you this too. Have anybody who was younger married I'm talking all wrong. Has anybody that was not married as long as you ever asked you for advice?
I think so. I don't know. I can't pinpoint anything right now. What about you?
No, but like I was talking to a guy at work last night, and it's the same guy who was with me when we was talking about the black struggle. Mm-hmm. Me and him was together, and he was like, we was talking about something, and he was like, I was watching this discussion. He was like, I don't think you could watch it with your wife. I said, well, I could watch it with my wife. Mm-hmm. He was like, nah, you can't watch it with. I said, why? He said, because the concepts and the ideas are wild. I said, I could talk to my wife. Mm-hmm. I said, I could watch it with her, and I could say what's on my mind about it. I said, she might not agree. I said, I might think it's a valid point, but that don't mean that I'm going to act on it. Mm-hmm. I said, but I can. You know, and that's one thing that I like being able to just say what I got to say. Mm-hmm. You know, it's always not what you say, is how you say it.
Right.
And that's one thing about me. Like, I'm glad that I could do that with you. So it's like when some people think just because you're in a marriage, you can't think for your own way of thinking. Mm-hmm. And that's what marriage is. It's like, I think one way, you think another way. Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. That's how you have conversation.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. That's how you have conversation. You have those intimate moments. You communicate. Y'all develop different thoughts, and you know, you grow together.
Right.
You learn together. Mm-hmm. I mean, because some of the conversations that we have, it make me turn around and research some things. Right. So I learn more. It opened up so many doors when you talk to one another about stuff.
Yeah. And then that helps to solidify your marriage as well. Mm-hmm. And this not only marriage stuff, this talking about relationships too. Mm-hmm. Because people in relationships, you have to build that bond somewhere. Yeah. And then knowing who you are in your relationship. So I was like, yeah, I could say what I have to say. I said, she might not like it, she might not agree, but if that's my way of thinking, that's my way of thinking.
And let's be clear about that. When you married, that don't mean that you always gonna agree on everything.
Heck no.
So yeah, you
especially
supposed
when
to be
it's time to eat.
You don't ignore that. You supposed to be your own individual person. Yes, you guys become one, but you're still an individual person.
I think that would really help the dynamics of a relationship. But I think you got to be on certain subjects. You have to be mature enough to handle those. you know, and just realize it's just my point of view. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. It's just, I agree with that, you know?
Yeah, we know. Okay.
Especially when it's time to eat. You know, I see this joke, and I know some of y'all finna get mad at me. But it said the reason why women have a hard time deciding what they want to eat because the last time they picked, it cost all humanity.
Dun. You just chuckling a little bit too hard. You gotta lay off my
I thought that was a good one. I thought that was a good one. So moving right along, I think that my mind is clear about, you know, like-minded people. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think I'm good on that subject too.
Before we go any further, have you ever asked anybody in a marriage that was different from yours? Maybe it was a different ethnicity or a different culture. Have you ever seen something that they did and asked how they did that or why?
No.
Cool.
No. I'm thinking. Hold on, I'm thinking. No, I don't think so. What about you?
No, I don't. I can't recall.
I can't recall either. Okay. I'm trying to, because I talk to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I don't think so though.
Well, I know I haven't. I don't really know nobody else like outside of like different cultures and stuff.
I do, but I don't think so. Okay.
Okay, so we covered that. Now we're going to talk about marriage counseling, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember marriage counseling.
Was it helpful?
It was. It had some valid points in it. Yeah.
Would you recommend it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Would you say it's?
I would recommend 2 types now, though.
Okay.
I would recommend spiritual counseling. Spiritual counseling, marriage counseling from a spiritual perspective, and marriage counseling from just a different perspective.
Okay.
Because like a lot of times, as you know, when
wait a minute, what you mean by that?
Like a counselor outside of the church.
Okay.
Because a lot of times we go to marriage counseling that's in the church, and they're teaching you the faith way. But I look at it like sometimes you're going to face situations that may test your faith, but it's a different way of looking at it. That makes sense.
Yeah. So basically the church way and then another couple.
No, a certified therapist that's outside of the church.
Okay.
Because you're going to face some because the ground for the church, I feel like, is spiritual. You know, but then what about those people who's not connected to a church, you know?
Yeah.
Or what if you're connected to a church, but you need something outside of the church? You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would recommend 2 types of spiritual. I keep saying spiritual. 2 types of marriage counseling. And I would say go to both of them and use both of them. Because sometimes stuff going to come up and you might not be able to get to the church.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
So basically, okay, yeah. What do you think about having like mentors?
I would agree for mentors. Not necessarily saying that I have any. You know, a lot of this stuff we rough out.
Yeah, we did.
I believe that there's times now that we still probably should have counseling. Okay,
so let's back up. What do you think are some of the benefits of having marriage counseling before getting married? Because you said you think it's necessary.
Yeah. I think that some of the benefits is it really lays out a foundation to where it could show you these are like somebody's when it did the research and said this is an area that could be problematic. This is an area that could be problematic. This is an area that can be problematic. These are the statistics for these areas. So then once you start walking through your marriage, you're going to run into those areas.
Yeah.
And you can remember, oh, this was one of those areas. And then they might give you foundations like you have to talk about A, B, or C. And then when you walk through your marriage, it's like, okay, let's talk about A. Let's talk about B. Let's talk about C. Mm-hmm. So it sets a groundwork for you to see, like, marriage is not just me and you walking down the aisle. I'm looking good. You looking all right. And, you know, then we...
Okay.
Nah, you took long enough. Nah, but...
Because I was like, you was so serious. And then you gonna say that.
But marriage is not just us walking down the aisle and living happily ever after. Mm-hmm. It's not a Hallmark movie. It's not we're together, we break up, we move apart, and we get back together and everything is fine. It's not that.
Yeah.
Marriage is ups and downs. It's times of agreement. It's times of disagreement. It's times of closeness. It's times of separation. Mm-hmm. You know, mental separation, emotional separation, physical separation. You know, it's times like that, and you have to be able to go through it. So I believe that marriage counseling gives you a foundation and lays a groundwork for something for you to look for. Mm-hmm. That was the long answer. What about you?
I I agree with all of that, and I think that our marriage counseling was. I only been to one.
Mm-hmm. You better only been to one.
I really can't.
We should have went to some psychological counseling. Did I say that out loud? Oops, did I say that?
Anyways, I think our marriage counseling was very helpful because it taught us financial, whatever. Mm-hmm. It taught us financial tips too.
Right.
And it also taught us how to love each other the way we supposed to love one another, not the way we think we supposed to love one another.
That was the biggest thing that I took from marriage counseling.
I think so too. And communication. And I think those two are the biggest things that we took from marriage counseling. And it just like opened your eyes up to a lot of things. Definitely, they give you like divorce statistics. Mm-hmm. And you think that some of the things why people get divorced is one thing, and you know the stats say something else. Right. So, you know, it just opened your eyes up to a lot. And I don't think... It doesn't scare you. I don't know if people think marriage counseling scare them. It's supposed to scare you off.
What you mean by scare?
Because some people don't want to do marriage counseling, and I don't know why. So I'm just thinking that they may be scared of what's going to come out of it. So that's what I'm thinking. So that's in the beginning. And I also think sometimes some couples, when they're married for a couple of years, they're scared to go do it again.
I think it's absolutely necessary and needed to do again.
Yeah, because it's not a sign of something is wrong.
It's preventative.
Right. And that's one thing that Faith said in her email.
Right. And I agree with that because it's like riding a motorcycle. They say the first year drivers are the safest drivers because they get on the road, they're paying attention to everything. And they're remembering that course. He said, but it's always good after about your first year of riding to come back to get a refresher course. He said, because after that first year, people feel like, okay, I got this. I got it. I'm good. I can handle this bike. I feel the bike. And so I'm good. But they start to get careless. And that 1 to 2 year ride is where the accidents happen. You know, or longer. He said, but it's... The instructor that I went to, he said he take yearly courses. He said every chance he get back out there and take a course because he don't want to get so comfortable until he started to get complacent. It's the same thing with the marriage.
Yes, and that's another thing that Faith said in her email, and she used the analogy of us being professional. Say, for instance, we have a profession, and this is something we want to grow in. We're going to do self-evaluations, strategic planning, budgeting, goal setting for everything that we want to grow in. And I think we should do the same thing when it comes to our marriage. It should be revamped. We should think about it. We should do things new. We should, you know, like you said,
perform the necessary maintenance.
Right. So we won't get careless. And so it just won't become the same old things over and over.
Routine.
Yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
Right.
Yeah.
You and your sound effects.
You know, I ain't got my iPad hooked up, so I can't do it. Let me ask you this. Have you felt like it's been a time in our marriage to where it was just mundane and we fell into a pattern?
Yes, I have. But our marriage, things in our life change so much.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't bother me because we won't stay in that state for a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It will become routine and all that, but then something to make it change.
We got a big change coming too. Come May, y'all gonna have to really tune in. We having a graduation party.
Mm-hmm. Turn up. I'm gonna have to vlog for y'all that night so y'all can see Mr. Kruger.
Cotton candy, sweet and gold. Let me see the Tootsie Roll. That Tootsie Roll. I'm gonna do the Tootsie Roll.
You gonna do it going across the stage?
Man, I'm finna do the Tootsie. I might show out going across the stage, but I'm scared I might fall.
Well, don't do that. Tenderfoot.
I ain't gonna do that.
Tenderfoot. Yeah, that's his other name, Tenderfoot.
Don't put all my business out. But what else? What else we was talking about? Oh, we were saying performing the necessary maintenance.
Yes.
And then I asked you about us. We have a very a schedule that don't stay the same in our marriage.
Nope.
And it changed, and I think that's one thing that kept us so connected, because things changed so much, and it actually pulled us apart when we didn't want to be pulled apart.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But marriage counseling, how do you feel about like what I said about the not necessarily church counseling, but other counseling? Like,
I think that's a good idea. I never thought about that, but I do think that's a good idea. So you can get the best of both worlds. It doesn't hurt. Mm-hmm. Just because you go outside, that don't mean that it'll break your faith. Right. I think getting as much knowledge as you need about your relationship and this person that you're gonna be with to death do you part. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's great.
During my college semester, how would I say that? My college years, I took a course. It was marriage and family, and it was some things that I didn't know, like you know, when you see it on movies all the time, like these businessmen go out of town, and they might not necessarily get a street worker, but they'll watch something on their computer, those special movies, and you know, they said that had become that had started to take place in their marriage, and it was like so many men would go out of town and just do that. But it was like, but anything extra is extramarital. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. So he might not necessarily been buying a street worker, but he was watching it on his computer. Yeah. So it began to take a space like another relationship. Yep. So you have to be careful for those things that take place inside of your relationship too. You know, and I think that's some things that marriage counseling in the church necessarily won't get gritty with. Yeah, that's true. Because I don't feel like I got gritty.
No, it was very PG.
Yeah, like sometimes you're gonna face some gritty situations, and you're gonna have to be able to talk to this other therapist that's gonna say, "Okay, do you watch porn?" Yeah, you know, they could step outside of the box a little bit.
I got you.
Because I think that if we're going to learn it, we need to learn it fully. Right. You should be able to address real life stuff.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think about those other things.
I did. That's why I said it.
Wow.
Hey. You know, like we don't look at the little stuff. We just we're looking at the big stuff. Right. We're not looking at the stuff like, do you talk to single females? Like I talk
about your problems in your marriage.
Right. Okay. Like I talk to single females all the time, but it's not one that I talk to that you don't know about. You know, so and it's not like I'm talking to them about anything in particular. Maybe I'm training them at work, and I'll come back and I'll tell you about it, and then eventually you could put a face to a name. Right. So whenever I show you somebody, it's not nothing new. It's not like I'm going to talk to single females and you don't know who they are. Right. Like have you ever had the question, well, who is that?
No.
See what I'm saying? Because everything I do, I tell you about it. And I make mention of you. But even with stuff like that, you have to be careful because some people don't have your best interest at hand.
Yeah, that's true. And they just be acting like your friend just to get all your business.
Mm-hmm.
And go talk about you to somebody else. And then try to sneak in and take you.
Right. I've seen that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing, too. Because sometimes y'all men don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she don't mean it. Child, please. I'm a woman. I know what she mean. Y'all mean.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because we done had this. We done had this discussion.
This was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but still, like, I sometimes think y'all men are not aware of how women are.
See, let me break it down. And this is the difference. Men are going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
You shouldn't.
No, we should. Because see, if we act like y'all, everything could be cutthroat.
It should be. I'm not finna sit up here and so you cool with me giving the benefit of doubt to some dude?
No, because see, you're a woman, you know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm so done.
See, y'all know immediately. We're going to process, like we said, we process different. We're going to say, did that just happen? Nah, that ain't just happen.
Just like that show I be watching on TV and that girl flirting with the host. I'm like, she just throwing it all in his face. And he talking about he going to stand in the freezer section.
But see, God knew. He knew. But what I'm saying is, like, we're going to give the benefit of the doubt. We're going to be like, did that just happen? And in our mind, we're like, nah, that ain't just happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all talking about, nah, that ain't happening. And then here she come trolloping along again, trying to do it again.
Then we're going to be like, I think that this is happening.
And then you're going to be like, nah, that ain't happening. Then here come the third time, she trolloping again.
No, then we're going to go ask somebody. And then, then our friend going to be like, I don't know, man. So then we still.
But then the friend you going to ask is another dude. You got to give him 3 more. He got to give 3 more tries. So no, I need you to go ask another female, and she be like, "Yep, she flirting."
That's what it be. But see, then you break it down to how many people actually got female friends.
I know y'all don't, but I'm just saying, y'all just let the little trollops trollop.
We just be. That's a nice way of saying it. Let the trollops trollop.
Oh God.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We process different. So we're going to give the benefit of the doubt. That's like with anything. Like men most of the time will give the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I ain't got to worry about that no more, but that was an issue.
Yeah, it happened. That's over though. That's so long ago. Girl, how long I've been married to?
I don't know.
A long time. I want to give a shout out to, and I know this is a little bit off topic, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to get back to the discussion. But we have a group of relatives and friends, the Taylors. Mm-hmm. They are going on 15 years of marriage.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
When I talked to him the other day, and I'm thinking he's going to be like, yeah, about 12 years. This joker said 15.
And we went on our first out-of-town trip together on their anniversary.
Yeah. Shelby was stalking me.
Child,
she was stalking me. Well, we want to give a shout out to Keith and Yanisha Taylor on their 15th year wedding anniversary.
Woo, woo.
We hope that you guys have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourself wherever you go. But back to the discussion. We talked about like-minded people. We talked about marriage counseling. I gave insight on why I think we should have a different set of eyes when it comes to marriage counseling. And then you have something else. Was it friends?
Yeah. So having friends individually that can encourage us or encourage you.
Let's get into that. Because we are individuals.
Yes. And once upon a time, we were single. And we had those single friends. Now, this is like a tough situation for me because I ain't saying throw all your single friends away. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you have to remember that you're no longer single. You can't be doing all these single things, going out to the club, and you can't do. I feel like you can't do those things anymore.
It depends. It depends on who the friend is.
Yeah, but if your friend a trollop,
I like that.
or she around there flouncing, you can't be trolloping and flouncing with her. You can't.
She can flounce all you want.
Okay, you'll be a trollop by association.
No,
not just at her wedding and not look at her.
No, you can't be trolloping with her and doing trolloping things. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you have a single friend, I feel like if that single friend be like, hey man, like for me, for instance, if I'm with one of my single friends and he talking to a girl, that's his business. And now if she got a friend and he be like, that's my homeboy, nah, hey, he married, he ain't with that. Mm-hmm. It depends on the friend.
So basically, your friends need to respect your marriage.
Your friends should have your back.
Yes. Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with having single friends or whatever, but I need them to respect me and respect my marriage.
Right.
And I don't want to be getting caught up in your mess. That's
definitely.
All.
But see, that's a maturity thing, I believe. Mm-hmm. That's an age thing that I believe. Like, I don't hang around people that get in mess like that.
Yeah, but then you turn around and then your friends go say, oh, she thinks she all that. She ain't got time for me. She's spending so much time with him and this and that. And that. How you handle that? What, you don't forgot about me? I was here first before him. I had your back. I was the one holding your hair when you was throwing up. I was the one. I'm just going there. I'm just giving an example.
Because I haven't held no dude's hair.
Honey, I hope not.
Come on, bro. I got you. I'll hold your hair. I'll hold your hair. Come on, bro. I got you. But yeah, I think like this is how I test people. Like if I'm in a group of people, and like I'm gonna say that you be with guys, and women come up quite often. And I would give my input and let it be that. But I'm not gonna go and pursue nobody. I'm not going to go and, try to find out all their information or try to get close to them. I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make sure I don't do that. But when people start to flirt and, like, try to engage with those people on a flirtatious level, then, like, I'm like, okay, I already know how you operate. Okay. I talk to people all the time, and it's nothing. It's just, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you as a person, so it's different because when you're a guy and a girl know that people have been pursuing her and then you talk to her on I'm just trying to talk to you level, like it ain't nothing more gonna come out of this level. It's different. Okay. So I think that I gauge my friends by what I see first and how, especially if they're married. Okay. I already know.
All right. So, what do I want to say?
You probably finna lie. What was that?
So, do you think it's okay for a married man to... What if you had a close female friend prior to being married? Do you think it's okay for him to still have that friend after he's married?
It depends on the level of their friendship, because I had 2 female friends before. Mm-hmm. You know both of them. Mm-hmm. And they were actually really friends. So I just think that it depends on the dynamics of the situation, and it depends on how that friend responds as well. Okay. Because that friend has to recognize, listen, if this is my woman, then listen, this is my woman. Yeah, you're my friend. We're friends, but necessarily women, y'all don't get along at first all the time. Y'all don't. Y'all gauge, y'all. And like with
be looking at you up and down like, who is this?
Like with men, we might like you until we find out who you is. And then it's just going to be a separation.
So we opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all gonna analyze, and sometimes you can have the wrong perception, but a lot of times y'all right. But women just don't get along, But I believe it's the how that connection works. Because like I got a friend that I call every year, once a year. I call her on her birthday. She called me on my birthday.
Right.
And you can expect that, So that's it. And then when she see you, she know you, and you can tell it's just that respect.
Right.
It ain't like nothing shady or anything like that. So I think it depends on the dynamics of that relationship.
Okay.
What you think?
I feel the same way because, like you said, we analyze each other. We like, why you ain't got him? I think that's what we think. Like, how you let him go? How y'all ain't never had nothing in the past?
Always thinking.
That's how we think. I mean,
I know.
We analyze. We're creatures that analyze.
Could be $1 million. I wonder what's in that bag. How I got there?
No, I don't think I'll be asking all them questions.
See, when it comes down to money, huh? No.
No.
But that's a good perspective or a good point of view.
What?
Like, y'all are so curious about, like...
Yeah, we have questions. 21 questions.
Girl, is it easy to love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out?
I mean, we just want to know. We just want to make sure because... I mean, stuff like that has happened where men introduce women as friends and they really not. It's just...
But that's your Romeo. Huh? I ain't much of a Casanova. That's when you... But see, I think in those times, because you know your man. And your man mess around already. A lot of times, I feel when you're in those positions and you're with this guy who has been playing games with you, he's been playing games. But see, that's when y'all turn into the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? You want it to be doubt there, but you've seen everything that it is.
Seen all the signs.
Like, when men, at first, we're going to be curious and we're going to be like, nah. We're going to do that whole benefit, but our benefit of the doubt is so different because we're saying, I don't think that happened. Then we're going to get reassurance that what we think is happening is happening. Y'all benefit of the doubt is, I know he's doing this, but I'm going to give him another chance. I know he said that he going to take me over here and show me his friend, but I don't think she really his friend. Like, y'all be knowing stuff and to still go along with it. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's why y'all question so much, but... Was I confusing just then, or did you understand what I was saying?
I understood. It wasn't confusing for me. I understood that. Well, I guess.
It's like y'all know the answer, but y'all just won't believe it. Like we
be in the now. Sometimes that goes with maturity.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll probably do that about once or twice, and that's it.
But then the rest of the men got to pay for it. This finna get into real marriage counseling.
Sometimes.
This is going to a real marriage counseling. And it's stuff like this that they don't teach you.
Yeah.
That's why I believe it's good to have mentors.
Yeah. And then the other version of marriage counseling can talk about that because that's, we did talk about that in our marriage counseling. Didn't we talk about trust?
I think so.
I don't
think we talked about it broke it down.
Yeah. So now I see more and more why you should have that other marriage counseling.
You should have your spiritual people give you marriage counseling and go to a certified therapist that can give you counseling because they're going to say stuff and deal with topics that some people in the church necessarily ain't going to deal with.
Yeah, because I do think that marriage counseling can help you too with your baggage.
Right.
And we do come with it, not just us women. Men come with it too. And the importance of having marriage counseling while you're married is good too, because some things can happen in your marriage and then you can get more baggage.
Right.
You could probably release the baggage before, but then something happened within those years and now you got more baggage.
Right.
Or you got that same baggage and more baggage.
But you know, that's funny that you say that because before we got married, I read a few books I read a few books to make sure that I was
a scholar.
My brother.
Oh God.
I read a few marriage books because it was some things I needed to know about me. It was some things I was needing to know before I said I do. And I think that was one of the name of the books, Before I Say I Do. I know one of them was a T.D. Jakes book, but the thing that stood out in that book was he was talking about he was somewhere and he asked a lady, it was called Junk in Your Trunk. So he asked like a lady to pop her trunk. And he said through her trunk of her car, he saw everything that she had done. He saw her clothes that she went to the laundry. He saw the bag of food that she bought from the fast food restaurant. He seen drinks and stuff. He said because all of that stuff was in her trunk. He was like, basically, she cleaned out her car, let her back seat down, and threw everything in the trunk. All right, so he said carrying that along, he said that baggage was just there. So that become a habit. Yeah, your front seat and your back seat may look clean, but your trunk is full of junk. You still got that stuff. He said, but when she was able to pull over to a garbage and empty that stuff out of her trunk, then some of that stuff was released. She let go of that baggage. So how much stuff do we got that we're holding on to, whether it's trust issues, whether it's whatever it is. But I think one of the biggest things in a relationship is letting go of hurt. Whether you've been hurt in previous relationships or whether you've been hurt in the present relationship.
Yeah. That is a big one. And that's why it's good to have the marriage counseling during.
Or just people that you could talk to.
Yeah. And that's another thing too. A lot of people don't want to, I'm talking about men. A lot of men don't want to go talk about an issue that they may have because it seemed like it to me that y'all are prideful.
In general, yes. But can you honestly say that about me?
No, but you're a special kind of person.
Yeah, it's because you spoil. I told you.
Yeah, but not everybody is not like you, honey.
Right.
I mean, it's more men not like you out there.
But there are a lot of men that are like me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So y'all need to all come together and talk to the ones that's not like y'all.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that. But maybe they are saying things and they're saying it in a way that only you can see, but you're not looking at it. Like that, it's this stuff marriage counseling don't tell you too, but like it's like signs, things to look for. Like your spouse is talking to you. And a lot of times it's not verbal.
That's a good one. That is a yes.
Like
because we learned that on our own. We did not learn that in marriage counseling.
Yeah, like looking out the window. I knew when you weren't happy with me because you're gonna fold your little arms and look out the window.
So we putting all my business out down the street.
Yeah, she be sideways in the seat. So it's like your spouse is talking, but are you listening? Are you watching? You know, if your spouse used to love to be in the house with you and now all of a sudden they're trying to find something to do outside, okay, it might be a problem. Why don't you go join them?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you like this right now. When you watch your Lifetime movies, I'm not watching them. But, you know, I would tell you, honey, I love you, but I'm not finna watch this. I'm going to go do something.
Yeah. But I watch my Lifetime movies so I can be myself.
Right.
Because nobody bothers me.
Not in that mess on.
I can have my snack to myself. Nobody. I can watch a Lifetime movie or a Christmas movie. I am sure to be by myself.
Yes, Lord. But I think that, you got to have some real people to talk to you. Some people that's direct. Some people that's going to ask you the hard questions.
Some people that respect your relationship, marriage.
Right. But it's so hard these days, man, to really find somebody who could be Alicia Keys. Your secret, a safe me. Oh. But no, it's really hard to find people that to keep your business there. And I wouldn't recommend going to family.
No.
That's one thing you have to learn. You can't go to your family about situations between you and your spouse.
Yeah, because somebody once told me, you go tell your business. You mad at the person you talking about, and you go tell them to a family or friend, they gonna be mad. But then once you get over it, they still gonna be mad. They still mad.
Look at them.
Why you with him? Didn't he do this? And they always throwing up that situation that you said in your face, and you were like, look, we talked about that, we got over it, I forgave him, but they didn't. So that's why you gotta...
Do not let your family in your business.
Yeah.
You can't. Because that could tear your relationship apart.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes I was that person. I'd be like, hey, do I need to go get them goons? What we need to do? Like,
see, that's the hood side of her.
Yeah, I don't like you. I don't even like you like that. Don't come talk to me.
You don't even know the person because you don't analyze them from your own perception.
Be looking at them up and down real hard.
It's the nicest person in the world and you think they mean. Because you haven't talked to them.
I don't want to talk to you. Why? You did this.
Something that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago.
So, yeah, you can't.
But if there was anything you could say to somebody who was thinking about considering marriage, what would you tell them?
Considering marriage?
Yeah, and marriage counseling.
Now I would tell them, make sure you go get your spiritual and your counseling outside. I'm always going to promote counseling, and I'm going to tell them communication is key, and I'm going to let them know marriage is work. You're going to have to put in the work, and you're going to have a lot of patience, and there's compromise as well. So, yeah, I'll tell them that.
Tito? Ain't that's what you said?
It's Tito.
Oh.
Tito. You talking about one of the Jacksons? You just got music on your mind.
Oh, well, I'm going to say Tito.
Dancing.
Ding, ding, ding.
Dance machine.
Oh, baby.
Lord, he got me singing now. I like that song,
today,
though.
Would you still love me? You know I love you like a fat kid love cake. You know my style. I like to do anything to make you smile.
We went from the Jackson 5s to 50 Cent.
Because I still had that on my mind. But yeah, man, marriage counseling is not bad. You guys go out there and do what you have to do. You know, if you're really considering marriage, just know your marriage is your marriage. It's unique to you. It don't have to be like your parents' marriage. It don't have to be like your grandparents' marriage. Oh,
yeah, that's a good one. Don't be comparing your marriage to everybody else's or what you saw on TV, your parents, your grandparents, your friends. It's not going to be like that.
Your marriage is different.
Very.
Yeah, so just find some people that can really respect your marriage, whether they're single or in a relationship. Whether you're in a relationship, considering marriage, you know, you got to surround yourself with a circle that's good for you. That's a healthy circle. And that's with anything. So that's what I recommend. You guys know what to do. So I encourage you. You got anything else? Any closing remarks?
Y'all know what to do.
You can always email us, and we're not certified specialists, but we can give you a real experience.
Because he done took me through so much. Like, oh my God, I'm just like,
I did, and I'm proud of it. You're gonna keep going through it too, because you got forever.
Help me.
I'm gonna put no, I ain't gonna say that. That might be a little bit politically incorrect. So, but you can email us at Crugers, WAC@gmail.com. You can like us on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and I have to get a Google device because I know that we're on Google Play, but I'm trying to figure this thing out. So I ain't gonna promote Google Play yet, but if you have the chance to look on there, look on there. Let us know. Yes, we don't have those.
Yeah. I want one.
Now you want to turn your nose up.
No, I do not. No, because that other phone company made me mad today. I do want my Droid back.
Hey, go on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave us a comment, right? Until the next time, I'm Marcus.
I'm Shelby.
And we're Crugers with the C.